Welcome. My name's Sophia, and today I'll be leading you all through a 60-minute Vinyasa class. For today's practice, we will be using a block, but if you're at home, you can always substitute this with a book or something sturdy you can put your weight onto. So we'll begin in a seated pose at the top of the mat, maybe finding easy pose, lining your heels up with one another, and your hands can rest on your knees, or if you'd like, you can find Gyan Mudra, pressing your thumb and pointer finger together. Begin to notice your breath here, whether it may be fast or slow, without changing it just yet. With each inhale, lengthening, and equally deepen your exhales. Maybe finding your Ujjayi or ocean sounding breath. This is also called the victorious breath, and it's made through constricting your throat. Together we'll take 10 focus breaths. Inhale and exhale to prepare. And all together, inhale 1. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. Inhale 6. Exhale 6. Inhale 7. Exhale 7. Inhale 8. Exhale 8. Inhale 9. Exhale 9. Inhale 10. And exhale 10. From here, feel free to set your sankalpa or your intention for today's practice. Maybe sending some of the love you cultivate today on your mat to someone in need. And then from here, we'll begin to start adding movement back into our body. You can allow your eyes to flutter open, or if you like to keep them shut, that's totally okay. And we'll bring our palms on top of our knees. On your exhale, chin to chest, and inhale, right ear towards right shoulder. Maybe pausing here for one breath. And on the next exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear towards left shoulder, maybe pausing. Then on your exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, pause. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear towards left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, maybe taking a full revolution this time if that feels good. Moving in one direction and then the other. Allowing yourself 2 more breaths wherever you are. On the next inhale, gently make your way back to center. And from here, we'll take a few shoulder shrugs. Inhale your shoulders up towards your ears, and exhale, release them down your back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now we'll move in the opposite direction. Inhale and exhale, release down your front body. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Inhale back to center. And we'll take a few seated cat-cows. On your inhale, bring your chest forward, chin rises. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale cow and exhale cat. Inhale back to center and sweep your arms up overhead. And then we'll exhale, twist towards the right side, left palm on top of right knee, and using your right hand as a prop behind you, making sure each vertebrae is stacked one on top of the other. Feel free to look over your right shoulder for a little extra. One more breath. And then on your inhale, look forward, and exhale, release. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, and exhale, twist towards your left side, right palm on top of left knee, and your left hand is behind you. Feel free to look over your shoulder once again for a little extra. And with every exhale, maybe twisting a little deeper. One more breath. And on your inhale, look forward, and exhale, release. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, and exhale, bring your right palm beside you, sweeping your left overhead. If you'd like to move a little deeper, feel free to walk your fingers out a little bit more, maybe coming onto your forearm. Wherever you are, aim to open your chest, and with every inhale, feel a lengthening in your left side body. Making sure your sit bones are grounded here. One more breath. If you're on your forearms, gently make your way back onto your palms, and all together inhale, rise. And on your exhale, planting your left beside you, sweeping your right overhead. Feel free to walk your fingertips out once again if you did so on the other side. And gently move onto your forearm. Two more breaths. And if you're on your forearm, gently make your way back onto your palm, and all together inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, and exhale, release them beside you. From here, we'll walk our hands out in front of us, finding a tabletop position. Shoulders are stacked over wrists, and hips are stacked over knees. We'll take a few more cat-cows here. On your inhale, drop your belly, look up, and exhale, around your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back to neutral, and we'll find bird dog. I'll go through a few progressions here. So sweeping your right arm in front of you, feel free to hang out here, or you can inhale, lift your left leg behind you, flexing your foot to create a straight line from your fingertips to your heel. Feel free to hold here, or if you'd like to add movement, on your exhale, round your spine, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round. Holding here for one breath. And then inhale, lengthen. And exhale, plant your palm and knee onto the mat, taking a dancing tiger here, moving your hips in one direction and then the other. Or you can even take some spinal bends, bending to one side, maybe looking over your shoulder, and then the other. Taking whatever movements feel good in your body right now. Just scanning your body for any sticky spaces. One more breath. And on your next inhale, coming back to center, sweeping your left arm in front of you, staying here. Sweeping, lifting your right foot behind you, holding, or if you'd like to add that movement once again on your exhale around your spine, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Holding here for one breath. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, plant your palm and knee onto the mat, taking another dancing tiger. Making sure if you're moving your hips, going in one direction and the other. Feel free to even take a few cat-cows here to rinse it out if you'd like. One more breath. And then I'm going to turn to face you guys really quick. So we'll move into thread the needle pose. We'll begin on the right side. Inhale, sweep your right arm into the air, and exhale, thread it through. And I'll take you through a few variations. So feel free to keep your palm planted beside your face, or you can take a bind, wrapping your left arm behind you, reaching for your right hip crease. If you'd like to take it a step further, you can lengthen your left leg out in front of you or beside you, finding a twist. One more breath wherever you are. If you took a bind, gently bring your palm back grounded and bring your knee to meet your right knee. Inhale, sweep your right arm into the air, and exhale, plant your palm. And we'll do the other side. Inhale, sweeping your left arm into the air, and exhale, threading it through. If you took a bind on the other side, feel free to do so on this side as well. And maybe lengthening your right leg out in front of you, or beside you, excuse me. Eventually, you can even find a big toe bind here. And it's totally okay with whatever variation you take, making sure you're comfortable and safe. One more breath wherever you are. If you took a bind, release it now. And maybe bringing your right knee in once again. And all together, inhale, sweep the left arm into the air for a counter stretch. And exhale, plant your palm on the mat. From here, we'll take puppy pose. So you can walk your hands out in front of you and allow your forehead to rest on the mat. Eventually, you can even get your chin on the mat if that feels nice. This is a really deep shoulder opener and heart opener. Two more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, gently rise, maybe shifting your weight forward into your palms and walking your hands back to where they're directly underneath your shoulders. From here, we'll tuck the toes and exhale, send the sit bones up and back for our first down dog of the day. Feel free to pedal out the dog here, maybe bending one knee and then the other. Getting comfortable in this pose. We'll be creating a straight line from the wrist to the shoulders to the hips. Feel free to add as much bend into the knees as you can or as you need to ensure a flat back. It's totally okay if your heels don't touch. We'll take a few more breaths in down dog. On your exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, tiptoe to the top of the mat, finding a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rise one vertebrae at a time, all the way up. Your head is the last to rise. And once you arrive, maybe taking a shoulder roll here. And then now we'll begin our Surya Namaskar A sequence, our Sun Salutation A sequence. So we'll be matching one breath per one movement. Beginning in Tadasana Mountain Pose, big toes together, heels slightly apart. And we'll inhale, sweep the hands up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands to back, and we'll move through our vinyasa. From here, feel free to drop the knees onto the mat, untucking your toes. Inhale, shift your weight forward, and exhale, release onto the mat in one motion, keeping your elbows pinned beside you. Inhale for a heart opener, maybe baby cobra, hands off the mat. And exhale, planting your hands, moving through tabletop into down dog. While in down dog, maybe aim to find external rotation in your shoulders. Your drishti or gaze can be towards your shins, thighs, or even your belly button if that's accessible. Two more breaths here. On your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, top of the mat. However you like, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Great job, guys. We'll do two more of those. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands to back and move through your vinyasa, meeting in down dog. Feel free to drop your knees once again. Inhale to shift your weight forward, and exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, keeping your elbows pinned beside you. Inhale, maybe full cobra this time. And exhale, moving through tabletop into down dog. We'll take 5 breaths here. On your exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, top of the mat, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Great job. One more. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands to back, moving through your vinyasa. For this one, maybe even trying without the knees on the mat, but if you still have your knees on the mat, that's totally okay. Maybe for your heart opener, you find the up dog, palms and tops of the feet are the only things touching, and exhale, down dog. One more breath. And on your exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Great job, guys. Feel free to use Tadasana to come back to your breath, take a water break, or even come back to your sankalpa or your intention for today's practice. We'll be spending about 4 more breaths here. Alrighty, so we'll begin our first of 2 main sequences for today's practice. To begin, inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, Urdhva Sthasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands to back and move through your vinyasa, meeting in down dog. Feel free to pause at any time, feeling a nice stretch. We'll take about 3 breaths in down dog. And on your next inhale, sweep your left leg into the air. Exhale, knee to chest, and gently plant your left foot in between your hands. From here, we'll keep the palms planted. You can even bring a block if you'd like. Oops, let me just get that really quick, and you can put it behind your foot. So we'll stay in low lunge here, or high crescent lunge. Inhale and exhale, straighten your leg. So we'll take a few more of those. Inhale forward and exhale, straighten. Inhale forward and exhale, straighten. Inhale forward and exhale, straighten. Holding here for 2 breaths. Inhale forward and reach your arms up overhead for high crescent lunge. On your exhale, open up warrior 2. Back foot's at about a 90-degree angle and your left knee is tracking toward your left pinky toe. Just your gaze is towards your left middle finger. In this pose, you should feel as though someone's pulling on your arms from either side. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Then on your exhale, bring left forearm to the top of left thigh, sweeping your right arm up overhead for extended side angle pose. We'll be here for about 4 more breaths. Feel free to take a bind if that's in your practice, bringing your left arm in front of your left leg and reaching behind you. If you do take this, make sure you're opening your chest. But it's totally okay if you're only here. 2 more breaths wherever you are. If you took a bind on your exhale, release. And all together, we'll inhale, rise, warrior 2. From here, flip the left palm and bring the right hand to the back of right thigh, or reach for your left hip crease, sweeping your left arm up overhead for reverse warrior. One more breath. Then inhale back to center. Exhale, straighten your left knee. Maybe heel toe your foot in a little bit more, preparing for Utthita Trikonasana triangle pose. In this pose, inhale, sweep your arms out to a T. Exhale, hinge forward, finding your edge, and gently bring your left palm onto your shin to the block, or maybe even finding a big toe bind here. Your drishti gaze can be towards the floor, or if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, you can eventually look up towards your thumb. Three more breaths. And then on your exhale, bring your right palm on top of your right hip and bringing your left palm in front of your left foot. Maybe even bringing it on top of your block or book. Hopping your back foot in a little bit more. And on your inhale, lift the right foot off the mat, keeping it flexed. Hips are open here. Ardha Chandrasana. Whoop. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. If you'd like, you can extend that right arm up into the air. And it's totally okay if you come out of it. Just try to come back. We have 2 more breaths. And then on your next exhale, planting both hands onto the mat and step both feet back, finding a high plank pose. From here, you can either move through your vinyasa or meet in down dog. We'll hold down dog for 2 breaths. Then inhale, sweep the right leg into the air. Exhale, knee to chest, and gently plant your right foot in between your hands. Keeping your palms planted here, we'll inhale with a bent knee, and exhale, straighten your leg. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale, hold. We'll be here for 3 breaths. On your next inhale, shift your weight forward and sweep your arms up overhead, high crescent lunge. Two more breaths here. And then on your exhale, open up, warrior 2. Back foot's at about a 90-degree angle and your right knee is tracking towards your right pinky toe. Drishti, your gaze is towards your right middle finger. One more breath. And then on your exhale, bring right forearm to the top of right thigh, sweeping your left arm up overhead for extended side angle. If you took a bind on the other side, feel free to do so on this side. Bring your right arm in front of your right leg and reaching behind you. Maybe even reaching for your wrist. If you're in a bind, make sure to open your chest. Once again, it's totally okay if we're right here. 2 more breaths wherever you are. If you took a bind, use your exhale to release. And all together, inhale, rise, warrior 2. Exhale, flip your right palm and bring your left hand to the back of left thigh, or reach for your right hip crease. Reverse warrior, making sure to maintain the integrity of the bend in your right knee. One more breath. And then inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, straighten your right leg, maybe heel toe your foot, back foot a little bit closer, making sure it's at a 90-degree angle. Keeping your arms out to a T. Inhale, hinge forward, finding your edge, and gently plant your right hand onto your shin, to the block, or maybe even your foot, and finding a big toe bind, Utthita Trikonasana triangle pose. One more breath. Then on your exhale, left hand to left hip. bringing your right hand in front of your right foot, maybe bringing it onto a block. We'll inhale, lift the left foot off the mat, finding Ardha Chandrasana half moon. If you'd like, you can extend your left arm into the air, ensuring that your left foot is flexed and that your hips are open in this pose. Notice any differences between this side and the other and respecting them. And then on your exhale, planting both hands onto the mat and stepping both feet back into high plank pose. Feel free to move through your vinyasa or meet in down dog. From here, we'll drop the knees onto the mat, bringing the big toes together, finding child's pose, sending your sit bones back towards your heels. Feel free to take a water break here if you'd like, or come back to your breath if you may have lost it. We'll be here for 5 more breaths. Feel free to come back to this pose at any time throughout today's practice. It's a nice restorative pose. And then whenever you're ready, inhale, shift your weight forward, finding tabletop. Tucking your toes and exhale, send your sit bones up and back, down dog. From here, inhale, sweep your left foot into the air. Exhale, bending your knees, stacking your hips. Maybe taking a few ankle rolls in one direction and the other. Drawing a circle with your knee clockwise and counterclockwise. Then inhale, straighten your legs, squaring your hips. Exhale, knee to chest, and gently plant your left foot in between your hands. Hop your back foot in at about a 45-degree angle, and inhale, rise, warrior 1. From here, making sure your left knee is stacked on top of left ankle, and your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. Your palms can be apart or they can be touching, and your your gaze can be out in front of you or even eventually towards your thumbs. It's really advanced and super hard. One more breath wherever you are. And then from here, we'll interlace the fingers behind our back, maybe heel toeing the foot towards the outer corner of the mat a little bit more, preparing for humble warrior. So on your inhale, finding a heart opener, and exhale, folding down the inside of your left leg, bringing left shoulder to the inside of your left knee. Aiming to let your body hang here, not dumping all your weight onto your thigh. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Great job, guys. So we'll heel toe the foot back towards the center. Maybe hopping the back foot in a little bit more, preparing for Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. So there's 2 variations for your arms. You can always plant your palms beside your foot, or if you'd like to keep that bind from humble warrior, feel free to do so. So your left leg is straight here. Inhale for another heart opener, and exhale, fold. This is a really intense hamstring stretch. Make sure to maintain a micro bend in your left knee to protect it. 2 more breaths. And inhale, rise all the way up if you have your bind. And then we'll release the bind, maybe shaking it out if you'd like. And then we'll bring the hands at heart center, bend forward, and then we'll eventually lift the right foot off the mat, finding warrior 3. So some hand options here. You can keep your hands at heart center, out long beside you in a T, or swept in front of you. Whichever your variation you choose, that's perfectly okay. 1 more breath. And then inhale, we'll find tree pose. So I'll turn to face you guys. So your right foot is to the inside of your left leg. Feel free to bring it to your calf, or you can keep it on the ground as a little kickstand, your calf, or maybe eventually your inner thigh. Making sure to press as much with your thigh as you do your foot. Your hands can be at heart center, or if you'd like on your inhale, you can grow your branches and maybe sway side to side. For a little extra balance challenge, you can always close your eyes here. We'll be here for 1 more breath. Then on your exhale, release your left foot onto the mat, or your right foot, excuse me. Heel toe your feet towards the outer edges of the mat, heels in, toes out. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, and exhale, squatting down into Vinyāsa Yogi squat. So I can turn to face you guys here once again. So in Vinyāsa, your hands can be at heart center, or if you'd like to get a little bit more open, you can make little fists with your hands and press them against one another. 2 more breaths here. And on your exhale, plant your hands. Inhale, lift your hip bones up into the air. And then we'll step back into high plank pose. From here, feel free to do another vinyasa or meet in down dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg into the air. Exhale, bending the knees, stacking the hips. Take a few knee rolls in one direction and then the other. Or drawing circles with your ankles clockwise and counterclockwise. Inhale, straighten your legs, squaring your hips. Exhale, knee to chest. And gently plant your right foot in between your hands. From here, hop your back foot in at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, rise, warrior 1. Shoulders relax away from the ears here. Two more breaths. And on your exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back, maybe heel toeing your right foot out a little bit. Preparing for humble warrior. Inhale for a heart opener, and exhale, fold. Bringing the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Take about 3 more breaths here. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Great job, guys. Heel toe your foot towards the center of the mat once again. Maybe even hopping your back foot in a little bit more for Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Inhale for a heart opener, and exhale, fold. making sure the right leg is straight with a micro bend in the knee to prevent hyperextension and knee injuries. Feel free to keep the bind once again, or if you'd like, you can plant your palms beside your feet, or your foot, taking whatever variation calls to you and feels good in your body. 2 more breaths. Inhale, rise all the way up, releasing your bind, maybe shaking it out if you'd like. Then we'll bring the hands at heart center, hinging forward, and inhale, lift the left foot off the mat. Finding warrior 3. Once again, hands at heart center, out beside you in a T or swept in front of you. 2 more breaths. And then inhale, finding tree pose. Left foot to the inside of the right leg. You can either stay here as a kickstand to the inner calf, or eventually bringing the left foot to the inside of your right hip, or thigh, So hands at heart center, or if you like on your inhale, growing your branches. If you like that balance challenge, once again, you can close your eyes. It's totally okay if you're wiggling. One more breath. And on your exhale, planting your left foot beside your right. Heel toe your feet towards the outer edges of the mat, keeping your hands at heart center. And then we'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, squatting down into Malasana Yogi Squat. Once again, you can hang out here, or if you like to make the fists. And a fun little challenge for today, if you'd like to practice crow pose, we can totally try that. So for crow, you'll bring your knees towards your triceps, and it's kind of like a seesaw or a teeter-totter. So you'll want to make sure when you bring your your knees, to your triceps, you'll slowly hinge forward until eventually your feet come off the mat. And you can just hang out here. And if this is totally too much today, feel free to just hang out into Malasana. And you can play around here. Some people like flying frog variation. So you'll have more bend into your knees, and you'll bring your elbows to the inside of your inner thighs. So for this one, it's the same thing. You'll hinge forward and eventually lift off. Whichever variation you choose, that's perfectly okay. I'm so proud of you if you guys tried it, and I'm so proud of you if you guys hung out in Malasana. So we'll take one more breath in Malasana. And then on the exhale, planting your hands, inhale, lifting your hips into the sky. And from here, we'll plant the hands, stepping both feet back into down dog. We'll take some hip openers here. Inhale, sweep the right leg into the air. Exhale, right knee towards right tricep. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee towards left tricep. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to chest. And gently plant your right foot in between your hands, dropping your left knee onto the mat, untucking your toes. From here, we'll do similar to what we did standing. So on the inhale, we'll be here in low lunge on Vinyāsa, and then on the exhale, finding half splits. Inhale, shift your weight forward, and exhale, half splits. Inhale forward. And exhale, half splits, holding here for 3 breaths. Feel free to find a half lift here and exhale to fold a little deeper. Inhale, shift your weight forward, and exhale, heel toe your foot towards the outer edge of the mat, plugging your right shoulder to the inside of your right leg, or your right knee, So you can hang out on your palms here, or if you'd like on your exhale, moving on to your forearms, wherever you are, making sure you have a flat back. And you can always come onto your forearms, onto a block or to a book. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, slowly make your way onto your palms. Heel toe the foot towards the center of the mat. And we'll take half splits once again, but if full splits is in your practice, feel free to do so. We'll inhale in Anjaneyasana and exhale full splits or half splits. If you'd like to practice half splits, feel free to bring the block underneath you. And then we'll gently walk the right foot in front of us, lowering. I'm definitely not close yet, but wherever we are, respecting and honoring it. And if you'd like, you can always bring the block a little closer, propping yourself up. Two more breaths wherever you are. And then if you're in full splits, gently make your way out of it. And half splits all together. We'll inhale, shift the weight forward into Anjaneyasana. And heel toe the foot towards the left edge of the mat, bringing right heel to the inside of the left hip. From here, we'll find sleeping swan, as they call it in yin. Inhale for a heart opener, and exhale, folding down, maybe making a little pillow with your palms, and relaxing your forehead on top. You should feel the weight evenly distributed through both hips, and not collapsed only onto one side. About 2 more breaths here. And we'll inhale, slowly rise up onto the palms, tucking the left toes, and exhale. Send the sit bones up and back into down dog. Taking any movements your hips might need, maybe pedaling the dog. Then we'll inhale, sweep the left leg into the air. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, knee to chest once again. Gently planting your left foot in between your hands. From here, we'll drop the knee onto the mat, untucking the toes for Anjaneyasana. And we'll take that movement once again. Inhale, shift your weight forward, and exhale, finding half splits. Inhale forward, and exhale, half splits. Inhale forward, and exhale, half splits. holding here for 3 breaths. Inhale, shift your weight forward. And heel toe the foot towards the outer edge of the mat, plugging left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Feel free to stay on your palms, or if you'd like on your exhale, moving onto your forearms, onto your mat, or onto a block. Ensuring a flat back wherever you are for lizard lunge. One more breath. And then inhale, slowly rise up onto your palms. Heel toe the foot towards the center of the mat. And from here, we'll take Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits, or full Hanumanasana, full splits, whichever is in your practice. Inhale for Anjaneyasana and exhale into your splits. If you'd like to practice your full splits, maybe bringing the block underneath you and walking your front foot out a little bit more. You can tuck your back toes under and lengthen here. Respecting your edge, maybe noticing any differences from one side and then the other. We'll take 3 breaths wherever you are. And however you like, we'll gently move into half splits. And all together, inhale, shift the weight forward into Anjaneyasana once again. And heel toe the foot towards the right edge of the mat, bringing left heel to the inside of the right hip for pigeon pose. You can inhale for a heart opener here, and exhale, fold into sleeping swan. About 2 more breaths. And then inhale, slowly rise up onto your palms, tucking your right toes, and exhale. Send your sit bones up and back into down dog. And then from here, we'll gently tiptoe to the top of the mat. Gracefully as possible, find a seated position. So from here, we'll find Supta Baddha Konasana. So we'll bring the soles of the feet together, inhaling here, and then we'll exhale to fold forward. So this is Baddha Konasana. So we'll begin by opening the hips, and then we'll gently recline behind us. There's 2 variations for your elbows. You can keep them pinned beside you to ensure a flat back and more of a hip opener. Or if you'd like more of a yin posture, you can round your spine and relax into this pose. Whichever you choose, that's perfectly okay. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, slowly rise up to a seated pose once again, and then we'll gently recline onto the back, finding Supta Baddha Konasana. In this pose, you can bring your right hand over your heart and your left over your belly, allowing your knees to fall. Take about 3 more breaths here. We'll gently bring the knees to touch, maybe guiding them with your hands, allowing the left leg to lengthen in front of you. Bring your right knee into your chest, maybe giving yourself a big hug, and exhale, release that knee onto your left side, opening your arms out to a T for a twist. You can always look over your right shoulder for a little extra here. More breaths. Inhale back to center. From here, maybe hugging both knees into the chest, and then switching out your legs, lengthening your right leg out in front of you, and on your exhale, bringing your left knee towards your right side. Arms can be out to a T, and you can look over your left shoulder for a little extra. Two more breaths. And then on your next inhale, coming back to center, hugging both knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug on your inhale, maybe even lifting your head off the mat. And then on your exhale, release into Shavasana, taking as much space as you need. Allowing your eyes to flutter shut here. I'll begin to relax the toes, relax the feet, relax the ankles, relax the shins, relax the calves, relax the knees, relax the thighs, relax the hips, relax your stomach, relax your chest, relax your shoulders, relax your arms, relax your hands, relax your neck, relax your face, relax your temples, and then furrow your brows. Gently remove the hold of your tongue from the roof of your mouth, fully surrendering in this pose. Letting it go of any control you had of your breath. Fully relaxing. sweep your arms up overhead, maybe pointing your toes for a good morning stretch. And then exhale, release onto your favorite side in the fetal position. And then we'll gently make our way into a seated pose at the top of the mat. We'll take one last breath together. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to forehead. May you have peaceful thoughts. To your lips, may you have peaceful words. And to your heart, may you have peaceful actions. Thank you all so much for coming today and showing up for yourselves. Namaste. Thank you.